Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are here today for kniferights.org. We're doing the Knives Live 2022. Now, this is a little bit different setup, so please work with me today. Let's see here. Let me turn my audio off on my other stream because I got a little bit of an echo. So, work with your guy, Zach, here. We have a special guest that we're going to bring in. So, hopefully, you guys enjoy this today. So, let's go ahead and bring in our guest for the day.
Hey, Zach.
Mr. Doug Ritter, how are you?
I'm great. Always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, thanks for being here today. Now, the big story is, did you stay up all night long?
No.
No.
Sorry. I'm an old guy. I need some rest.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But I think it's incredible what you guys are doing. This is my fifth appearance in Knives Live 2022. It has been incredible. The kind words and the donations and everything else. I can't thank you all enough for what you're doing. It's a huge help to me and Knife Rights. It's a huge help.
That's awesome. So we on the bottom here, I was able to get a little scrolling banner. You can visit kniferights.org to make your donations, sign up with a membership. I will say when we have 15 minutes after the hour, we're going to do kind of a fun little maybe membership giveaway. So, if you're waiting to sign up for your membership, maybe wait till the 15-minute mark after the hour here. We'll do that. We do have a couple things that we want to talk about right off the top. Of course, that is kniferights.org itself. So I don't know, Doug, if you want to go into just a brief overview of what it does and how we can support.
Sure. For those of you who haven't been listening to the live stream for the last 20 hours, so Knife Rights is the advocacy organization for knife owners in America. We go around the country getting rid of bad knife laws. We've been doing this. I started Knife Rights in 2006. We got really active at the state level in 2010. And just this Thursday, we were able to celebrate our 40th bill repealing a knife ban signed by a governor. 40 bills, 26 states, 13 years. I think we're doing a good job. I think we're making a difference. And I don't know what else to say. I'm sort of running out of words after 5.
No, that's terrific. I mean, 40 bills signed since 2006, specifically related to knife laws around the U.S. So that's amazing. That's awesome. I do want to give a shout out to my moderators who are here today. So thank you guys for being here. The moderators are awesome, posting some links. I also posted up in the live chat where you can go and donate. And I will say this, at 15 after the hour, we're going to do a membership drive kind of giveaway. So that'll be fun. And then at 30 minutes after the hour, we're going to do a donation drive. So, just some fun little giveaways and stuff here today. And I will say, where did that go? I did pick something up. I won't show the sticker, but if you tune in for the full hour, there is something they'll be giving away. Of course, it's got Doug's, his mark on it. So that's good. That's good. I like that.
So do I.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. So I had a couple questions lined out here, but one of my favorite knives of past that I have in my collection is, of course, a bench made mini. Is it a Ritter mini griptilian?
Nope.
Is that
it's
what is
RSK Mark 1?
RSK Mark 1. And of course I put some, custom scales I got for it on it.
Cool.
But I have a question on this though. Are you able to describe kind of the difference of where it started? Where the RSK started from, like kind of that griptilian series off Mel Pardew's design, or?
So Mel and I and Leslie Osses had talked about doing a knife for a number of years. As you know, I have my Equipped to Survive website, which is not very active now because Knife Rights takes up all my time. Mm-hmm. But I was always recommending a knife with a but at the end, like, but it's really expensive, or but, you know, there was always a but. And when Mel designed the Griptilian, they came out with it. I always loved the axis lock. I still have one of the prototypes that Benchmade did. So here's a Griptilian with a lightweight, nearly indestructible handle, the axis lock, and I'm like, I think we could do a really neat knife with a better blade shape than Benchmade was using. And I think you should do it in what at that time was the high-end steel, sort of the MagnaCut of its day, which was S30V. And less than pretty much everyone else at Benchmade was like, there's not a chance in hell that we can sell a plastic handled knife with this high-end steel. And I'm going, yeah, you can. It's going to be a great value.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth. And he finally said, look, you buy a run of them and we'll make them for you. And that's where the RSK line came from. So I found a partner, and he put up the money. I did the design. Benchmade built it, and that was the start. And you know, I set a trend, because nowadays you can find plastic handled or inexpensive handled knives with high end steel that back then in the early mid 2000s, everyone said, oh, we can't sell that.
Yeah.
And I proved that you can, because it provides excellent value. You know, you get the advantages that the steel brings to the party, and in my case, blade shape and grind and all that, and you get a handle that makes it all affordable. And you know, that eventually, you know, the Benchmade thing eventually went away, and I partnered up with Hogue, and who's doing my knives today, and you know, they're incredible. Hogue is killing.
Great people at Hogue.
But
I do have to say,
similar design.
I was super happy when you guys finally launched the blue G-Mascus Mini RSK. You know, able to get that going. I love this one. I'm carrying it today, of course, in honor. But I will say, what do people really know Doug Ritter prior to Knife Rights? I mean, what were you like? You know, a couch salesman, or you know, what did Doug do prior?
So a lot of people knew me from Equipped to Survive, as well as my aviation journalism career. And you know, I got into knives, if you will, when I started Equipped to Survive. You know, I've always had knives, but that was starting that website early on in the .com era. That allowed me to become friends with all these people in the industry. And I mean, Les and I had met even before that online on CompuServe, which was before the internet really existed. And so all of that experience led to my involvement in my own knife lines, the RSKs, which people know me from, and then, you know, eventually into Knife Rights. I mean, it's been an evolution of experience that's fed into more things. And I meet people all the time who were like, oh, I never knew about Knife Rights. I followed you for 30 years on Equipped to Survive, and then in your knives. And so, yeah, I've been around for a while. It's neat to meet people who appreciate what I'm doing, not just in terms of, you know, where I come from. You know, I still do aviation survival kits. In fact, I just finished up a batch of 9 of them. And, you know, like the knives, they keep a roof over my head, and they don't take an incredible amount of time. So that's how I can spend all my time on Knife Rights. You know, if I had to have a real job, I couldn't do Knife Rights, because it's a, you know, 16-hour, 18-hour a day job, raising the funds and doing what we do. So if I didn't have the knives, I couldn't do knife rights. And
No,
luckily,
that's perfect.
people seem to like the knives, so it's not like I'm shilling for crappy knives,
Right, right.
which would suck. Um, the reception to the knives, especially lately with some of the stuff we've been doing with Hogue, has been extraordinary, and Hogue is just killing it for me. I mean, those knives are, I don't think you
They're
can
so
find a better
solid.
knife for the money made in the
I
U.S.
mean, a little shout out. I know, as I like the blue and the red, or the blue and the black, Big Red likes the red one. So,
Mhm.
you guys obviously working together to make sure everybody stays happy.
Well,
Red,
yeah, we want
purple,
people to be happy, and we just came out
there's
with
the
the
jade
Jade
one.
in
Yeah.
both the mini and the full size, and it's been incredibly popular.
Hmm.
One of my board members' father has wanted a bright red one, and
Oh,
we're
nice.
not going to make a bright red one, but because we did the Jade and he can dye it, his father's walking around with this bright red RSK, and that's great.
Hmm. So there is a question. Any new RSKs in MC?
MagnaCut. Um, so, as you know, we have a policy of not discussing future products.
Right, right.
Let me just say that I was blown away by the reception to our MagnaCut um, carbon fiber.
That's a beauty. I'm still waiting to get one, so hopefully one day
It
I have this one
it
instead. But
sold out
yeah,
just like in hours, and I mean
mhm.
that was the most expensive knife we've ever produced. And I was just blown away by this reception. Let me just say that we learned from our mistakes and we learned from our successes, and we have lots of plans for the future, um, and so we'll see what happens.
Nice, nice. No, we did just have a new member join my channel. Shout out to Tom for joining up on the channel. I'm not going to do the annoying air horn out of respect for Doug's ears, because
Thank you.
normally I'm the only one here and everybody else has to listen to it. But I know you're piped in pretty closely, so if everybody can just get a shout out to Tom. Thanks for
Well,
joining up.
just let me know and I'll take the earbuds out.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, no, that's good. I mean, in a similar way that you guys support my channel, supporting kniferights.org is huge. I re-upped my membership even though it wasn't due till next month. I was like, I'm gonna get in on this because maybe I'll win one of those amazing prize packages. It's not like
Three of
just
which have
one.
your choice of one of my
Yeah,
RSK folders
there you go. I might be able to choose one, like a MagnaCut carbon fiber.
uh,
Is it on the list?
in stock.
Oh, in stock ones. Oh, okay, okay. But hey, you can choose your own, so that's good. And there's many, I don't know if you guys have seen, but go to that link. There's many, many different, I mean, there's 15 things on each prize package.
Oh yeah,
Multiple
and
knives.
each package is worth over $1,000. And I
It's
guess
amazing.
there's a chance that they're either going to expand those packages because people are still donating, or they may add a sixth package. So I mean, it's incredible the generosity of folks to Knives Life 2022 to support knife rights is just amazing.
Yeah. No, it's good. So we're coming up on the 15-minute mark. So what this is going to be is basically it's 3:15 here almost in Pacific Wonderland. Of course, wherever you're watching from, it's 15 minutes after the hour. Now, if you send an email, and I'll put it in the comment, my email address, but if you send an email showing your receipt or a screenshot of your receipt to donating or signing up for, not donating, sign up for a membership, the first 3 people that do that and email me between the 15-minute mark and the 30-minute mark will win a prize package. One of them is being donated by OCD for EDC here. So that's awesome. The other 2 are being donated by myself. So that's what's coming up. Well, that'll start here at 3:15 Pacific, and it'll go till 3:30. So new memberships, if you just want to sign up, it's $35, and that'll give you 4 entries into the actual grand prizes by emailing at the Knife Rights
So
email
are you
address.
going to cover renewals?
No, what? So tell me about the renewals.
So renewals $35. It's $35 per
Okay,
year. I think those guys should be included as well.
let's do it. So if you're going to renew right now,
Or
Let's do
joint.
that as well.
Yeah.
Renew or join. I'm open to that. That's great. I didn't want to mess around, without the actual man himself authorizing that. So that's
Hey,
good.
this is your project. I'm just the beneficiary and happy to help. Um, but
So
John and all the rest of you have put this thing together. I mean, it's a
yeah.
ton of work. It's a ton of work. I've done this kind of stuff before,
Yep.
so
Shane
I'm
and Mr.
very
Evans have
appreciative.
done amazing work on that. So that is awesome. I do want to say, since you brought it up, we benefit from all the work that you and your very small team do. So thank you so much. I do want to say though, can we add just even a brief overview on Oregon's knife laws? We have so many amazing knife companies here. It's like, you have an
So
automatic knife and it's like you
Oregon's
can
knife laws are good, not perfect.
Mhm.
Um, you can possess any knife you want. You can carry any knife you want. What you can't do is concealed carry a switchblade. That's something that we'd like to get fixed. Um, and you don't have knife law preemption. So there are some places in Oregon who have prohibitions more strict than state law. And for those listening, we have a free app called Legal Blade that you can download. It has the knife laws of all 50 states and the District of Columbia, plus 40 major cities, plus links where you can go in and find your local municipal or county or city code and what the restrictions are. Because one of the reasons we do preemption is it's just not fair for someone to cross a line on a map and suddenly they're a criminal because the
Right.
knife they're carrying that was legal on one side of the line is illegal on the other side of the line. So that's why we made, the first year that we did state level legislation, we repealed for the first time ever in this country, repealed a knife ban, switchblades, dirks, daggers, and stilettos in New Hampshire. And we
Mhm.
passed the first knife law preemption law in my home state of Arizona. And that really set the stage for our advocacy going forward. Those are the two elements. Let's get rid of the bad laws in the states, and let's get rid of local laws that are more restrictive than the knife laws at the state level.
That's good. So I don't know if you've explained this yet this year. What kicked off knife rights? Like, did a friend of yours get a ticket or, what really kind of launched it?
The Wall Street Journal.
Really?
So in 2006, there was a terrible article, uh, top of the page, headline article, second B section, um, that was sort of like every bad article you've read about so-called assault rifles, but substitute tactical knife. And
Mm,
it was terrible. And I traveled to England and I watched what was happening overseas, and it's like, no way in hell are you turning us into England. I'm just, and that was what started knife rights. I got pissed off, and apparently, if you piss me off, um, if you piss me off, I go start an organization and work to change the world that we live in.
yeah.
When I started knife rights, the vast majority of people thought I was nuts. I mean, I talked to people that I'd known for years in the knife industry, and they laughed. It's like, no way you are ever going to repeal any knife law in this country. That's just not going to happen. And they honestly believed that. They didn't think it was possible. But
Mhm.
I'd seen what the NRA and the Second Amendment Foundation and others had done. It's like, why can't we do that with knives? And so it
Right.
turns out that not only can we do it with knives, but unlike other Second Amendment organizations, we can get support from both sides of the aisle. The vast majority of our bills pass with bipartisan support.
That's
Um,
amazing.
we're the only Second Amendment organization that can do that because it's
Mhm.
not guns and it's criminal justice reform. We fought New York City for 9.5 years. Um, and the Legal Aid Society was able to do some statistics that showed that 86% of the people arrested in New York City for basically carrying a common pocket knife that they claim was a gravity knife were people of color. 86%.
Wow.
So when we go to talk to the Democrats, it's criminal justice reform. And the Republicans are also very interested in criminal justice reform, as well as the Second Amendment freedom aspect of it. So we have, we have a program that both sides can get on for their own reasons, but they can come together and do things. I mean, we just got Pennsylvania done, as we discussed. Came out of the House with a vote of 202 to 1,
Wow.
unanimous out of the Senate. Our House sponsor, Republican, our Senate sponsor, Democrat. You just don't see this very often in almost any kind of legislation.
Yeah.
And we've been really successful in, we would not have 40 bills done in 26 states now if it wasn't for the fact that we can gain bipartisan support and get it signed by a governor who is no friend at all to the Second Amendment.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And so I know we had talked about this, but you guys are basically now focusing on certain things for next year to focus on with, different states and, different things, maybe some follow-ups as well, because I know not everything's perfect in every state. Is there anything on the horizon that you can talk about, or is it
Well,
basically?
I can certainly tell you that we will be
Mhm.
back in both Virginia and Pennsylvania because we still
Okay.
have work to do. We've got preemption in the past. There are some other knife laws we need to fix in the states. Right now, there are 12 states on the list that we're working on for next year. In 2 weeks, we go to the National Assembly of Sportsmen's Caucuses Summit, which is where we get about a third of our sponsors for bills
Oh,
over
wow.
the years.
Okay.
So we will meet hopefully some sponsors there and add to that list. And depending upon what happens on Tuesday, we may have some opportunities to do some things in states that we might not have before. So it could
Excellent.
be a very, very busy year for us at a time where unfortunately the cost of doing what we're doing is going up, just like your
Right.
groceries bill is going up. Our
Hmm.
biggest expenses are travel, and our travel costs have gotten insane, utterly insane.
Yeah. And we got a question here from Troy that I put up on the screen. Was talking about if the NRA or the USCCA is supportive of knife rights.
So we have a long-standing relationship with the NRA, with the Second Amendment Foundation, with most of the Second Amendment community. They have been very, very supportive of us as we try to be supportive of them. Don't really know the folks that well at USCCA, but we're all part of the same Second Amendment community. Knife rights is the second front in the defense of the Second Amendment. It's very easy to lose track of the fact that the Second Amendment has nothing to say about firearms.
Hmm.
It just says arms. It just says arms. So knives are arms. Knives are part of
Hmm.
the Second Amendment, and we've had some really good legal papers done by some of the top Second Amendment scholars in the country discussing knives in the Second Amendment. And I understand that there's another one in the works, sort of updating that all after the Brune decision this year.
Oh, perfect. Now we have Mr. Steve Kluger here, amazing person in the knife community. He wanted to talk about the knife rights default charity set up on Amazon. Can you cover that really quick, and then where to locate it on your channel or
Absolutely.
on
So
the
first of
website?
all, you can go to the homepage, and there's a link that obvious link that you can click on, article that goes to a page that walks you through signing up on Amazon, signing up at Good Shop, and it's really great. For those of you who are already shopping at Amazon, when you sign up with Knife Rights Foundation as your charity, then we get 0.5% of everything you spend on anything that is included in this. There are a few companies who don't participate, but this raises thousands of dollars for us every year, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're already shopping at Amazon or you want to take advantage of some of the really cool deals that are on Good Shop, it helps us. It helps us hugely. I mean, Amazon may not be my favorite company in the world, but we shop there, and I'm really happy to take their donation for our cause.
That's
So
great.
thanks
And
for
then,
bringing that up, Steve.
yeah, good job. I appreciate that. And then Big Red just posted the direct link right there for Amazon, so you can get signed up and kind of just make that a default on your Amazon account. So it's just a no-brainer way to support all year long. You know, when you buy your random toothpaste and Halloween costumes and everything else, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we have, let's see, a few minutes before we do our next little kind of giveaway support here. But has anyone ever figured out what knife you like carrying the most or find yourself carrying the most?
Me?
Yeah.
This may come as a real surprise to you, but I carry my knife.
Right.
And I typically carry both, a mini and a full size, for the very simple reason that I run into people. And so what do you do? So I'm with Knife Rights, and these are my knives that I do. It's which one I carry on any particular day. I got a lot of choices. Lately, I've been carrying my carbon fiber MagnaCut and the Jade Mini. You know, and tomorrow it might be a purple, or I don't know. It's just what I feel like.
I just didn't know,
I
like,
got a
with
few
me
laying around.
Yeah, no, I know with me, like, you know, when we start to look at minis and full size RSKs and even a throwback, you know, it's like, is there one that's favorite? Like for me, it's the blue and black one. It's just the you know, perfect flavor for me. So I just didn't know if Doug had a, you know, like maybe you were leaning towards jade or red or purple or.
I really like the carbon fiber, and it's been fun to beat the hell out of the MagnaCut and see how well it performs. You know, this was a big jump for us and for Hogue, to go 2 points up on the hardness scale, and it was an experiment. And you know, I had long discussions with Lauren about this, and decided that we would make that jump. And you know, it's a bit of a leap of faith, but it's worked out great. And I mean, so I don't normally sharpen my knives. I know that sounds weird. I mean, I sharpen the kitchen knives, I sharpen other knives, but I don't normally sharpen my own knives, because when they do get dull after a bunch of use, I usually sell them to people I know at a discount or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I want to show what an incredible edge that Hogue puts on my knife, so I want a fresh edge.
Right.
And I mean, it's not like I got a whole barrel full of MagnaCut and carbon fiber, so you know, got the wicked edge out, and it's got a fresh edge on it. But I mean, I just beat the crap out of that thing.
How did the MagnaCut hold up for you? Because I know on their Hogue Decas, the MagnaCut version I have, it performed great.
I have absolutely no complaints. It edge holding outperformed the 20 CV that, you know, I normally use for all my knives. At the additional 2 points of hardness, it's still as tough or tougher than the 20 CV, and it's got better corrosion resistance. I mean, Lauren has really created the miracle steel. I mean, we talk about super steels. We've been talking about super steels for years and years and years. But Lauren's MagnaCut, I mean, it really is a super steel. Everything else has been sort of little incremental, you know, a little better edge holding or a little better, to have one steel in which every category is better.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, we did have.
We've been really happy with it.
No, that's good. That's good. We did have Ink and Barrel post a comment about the mini RSK and MagnaCut. So maybe we can add that to the wish list there. And
We've certainly had plenty of requests.
I bet. And then he said, but more than that, we need help in Los Angeles and Orange County with the weird rules. So do you guys ever get into, more municipality or county
No,
laws?
we're
Okay.
not big enough. I mean,
Okay.
remember we're 3 people.
Right.
That's all. It's myself,
Mhm.
my wife, and my contract full-time lobbyist. We're too small, and it costs too much money to deal with municipal type rules. Our goal is fix them at the state level, get preemption. Um, I'd love to say we're going to be in California and going to solve its issues, but that's probably not happening anytime soon.
Mhm.
Um, it, California and New Jersey are probably going to be the last states that we get to when when we can go to them and say, guys, you're the only states left with problem.
Right.
All the other 48 states are fixed.
Mhm.
But we will get there. We don't give up. We keep plugging away, whether it takes a decade or it takes a year.
I love
And
it. I love it.
we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually.
And that feeds right into our 3:30 or our 30 minute after the hour kind of donation, giveaway I want to do. So I have 5 swag packs, 5 channel swag packs. They include this channel stickers, of course, the hashtag DSKFS patch. So if you have donated between the 30-minute mark and the end of the hour, the first 5 people that send me an email, a copy of that receipt, a screenshot of that receipt, send it to zach.edc@gmail.com. We'll have them put them up in the comments there. Definitely one of those things that I have those 5 swag packs to donate. And then right here, once we get to about 45 minutes after the hour, I'm going to ask Doug to pick a number on a range that we give out because we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away this Hogue. I'll show you what it is. May, of course, be a Ritter design knife as well. Let's see
I'm
here.
so disappointed about that.
Yeah,
Not really.
right.
Not really.
Yeah, you're like, hey, we're giving away my knives. I love it because the nice part is, and I heard you talk about this in some other live streams earlier, but there's no certain percentage allotted from your purchase at knifeworks.com when you're, purchasing the Hogue Ritter knives, but the money you get from that supports you to do that work, correct?
Yeah. So basically, the knives keep a roof over our head.
Mm-hmm.
They pay for the groceries and all that. And it allows me, because it doesn't take a lot of time. Okay.
Right.
Because
Right.
Hogue is making the knives, KnifeWorks is selling them exclusively, the Hogue made knives. That allows me to spend 95% of my time on knife rights. If I didn't have the income from those knives, I'd have to get a real job, and I wouldn't have time to do knife rights. I mean, this is a
Right.
full-time job. It's more than a
Mhm.
full-time job. It's 16 to 18, hours or more a day job.
Mhm.
The majority of which is spent, raising money, because it
Right.
doesn't matter how much passion you have for something like this, you still need the money to get the job done.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You still need to raise the money. So
No,
yeah.
that's great. Huge shout out to Inc. and to OCD for the donations recently. Thank you so much. I do want to say though, I'm curious, will we ever see Hogue Ritter knives at any other dealers?
Um, I'm a real loyal sort of guy,
Hmm.
and Roger at KnifeWorks has been loyal to me in, good times and bad. And honestly, I don't see any good reason to say, oh, okay, you've been loyal to me for this long, and I'm going to throw you in the. I could certainly sell more knives
Hmm.
at a lower royalty, because right now I get a royalty on retail as opposed to a much smaller royalty on wholesale.
Okay.
And but this works for me. I love Roger. He has been extraordinarily generous to me. And he's loyal to me, and I'm going to be loyal to him. So,
well, and their shipping is amazing. I mean, one of the best out there. Almost the same day you're ordering it, it orders completed and it's already in the mail.
yeah,
Mindful of the
they,
weekends.
things may fall through the cracks occasionally, but they have been fantastic for customer service, which is, one of the reasons I joined up with them anyway, because I knew Roger, I knew his reputation at the time for customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And, it seemed like a good fit, and it's worked really well.
No, that's good. Well, I like to hear that. Let's see. What else did I have on here? Was there anything in your life back in the day? What really triggered you to want to design your own knife?
That gets back to Equipped to Survive, where, I would recommend a knife like, get a Chris Reeve Sabenza, but sorry, back in the day, those were $250, which was a huge amount of money. I mean, they're more expensive now. It's still a huge amount of money for the average person.
Right.
And so, get this knife, but it's got this issue, or get this knife and it's great, but it doesn't have a lanyard hole.
Right.
And that's really what got me thinking about it. And then when Mel designed the Griptilian, and I had already fallen in love with the Axis lock, and I'm like, this could be a great chassis for a blade design that, I'd carried a Sabenza for a long time. Just so everyone knows, I saved my lunch money up for my Sabenza.
Nice.
It was way beyond anything I'd ever purchased at that time in terms of a knife. And I love the blade shape. I'm a big fan of flat grind, a high flat grind, so you get a lot of the benefits of the geometry. Because let's face it, knives are supposed to cut things. And that requires a lot of things, but having the right geometry really, really makes a difference. And I'm very pleased that my knives have gotten a reputation as slicers, because that's the whole idea. I want a knife that's robust, but I also want a knife that's a slicer. And it seems to work.
Yeah, no, that's good. Have you ever considered, and I asked this because I've heard a couple people, this is the M390 version, the full-size RSK. But on that blade, I mean, there's lots of room up here. Would there ever be like a sheep's foot hole or some kind of other opening method up there that you would consider? Or?
So I've had some conversations with Sal. I'm not going to put a hole in my blade unless it's a Spidey hole, basically.
Right.
And, it could happen someday.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put an oval hole in, or a triangle shaped hole. I respect the genius that Sal came up with that concept. And so someday it might happen. Who knows?
Okay. I know you don't want to share too much, but I just got to ask, like, there's ever been that consideration. So that's good.
Yes, there has been.
Nice. And it looks like Ron said he just got his first Ritter Hogue knife, and it's the mini RSK with the orange handle, and he loves it.
That's great.
So,
orange has been interesting. So orange was really hot for a while. And then it cooled off, and we almost couldn't give them away. And then in about the last 6 months, suddenly orange has taken off again.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hunting season though.
Well, there's that.
It's hunting season.
But for years orange was hot, and then it's like we couldn't give away an orange handled knife, and they were sitting on the shelf, and then all of a sudden, hey guys, Hogue, we need you to make some more orange ones.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And so, so Hogue, as a company, they built a new facility.
Henderson. Yeah.
They're fully up and operational now. So Hopefully
They
that's
are operational. They are still moving machinery in.
okay.
You
Okay.
you don't just flip the switch and expand. You got to get the machinery. You got to get the people. The city of Henderson, gave them a bunch of crap for 6 months. They should have been open 6 months earlier. I mean, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Eventually, my knives the blades will be made in Paso Robles, and everything else is going to be done in Henderson. So I'm excited that's going to be happening. And, hopefully as they add machinery and personnel, we'll have the ability to do more
Okay.
because the production capacity was right there. I
Right.
mean, if say for example, I went out and let everybody sell my knives. Hogue can't make any more.
Right, right.
Okay, so it's really a matter of we have a lot of plans. I have literally a page full of things that I want to do with Hogue.
Hmm.
Um, and as the capacity becomes available, we're going to be in a position to do some really cool stuff.
Nice. And so, a question from Michael. He's asking about Hogue and doing some Micarta. Is that something that they have the capacity on, or
Hogue
your
has
thoughts
the
on that?
capacity to pretty much make anything you want.
Okay. Okay.
So the issue with my Carta and my design is, as you know, mine are cartridge liner. Okay, my Carta, G10 carbon fiber. These are inherently very strong materials because of the fiberglass reinforcement. My Carta, traditional rag micarta or paper micarta, is not a particularly strong material in terms of internal strength. It's very
Yeah.
impact resistant and all the rest. It's a great material, but it becomes a little bit more problematic when you try to put a cartridge in it as opposed to a full liner.
Right.
So I'm not
Okay.
saying we haven't looked at micarta and we're not going to do micarta, but it may not be as simple as just having a new handle machine.
No, it makes sense. Looks like Ink and Barrel just ordered the Hogue or the Doug Ritter Mini RSK MK1 G2 from Knifeworks in the red G10 and black. Nice. Right during this.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. That's a good
Cool.
one too. That's a good one. Let's
Excellent.
see what else we got here. We're a couple minutes away from our actual live giveaway that we're going to do here. But don't forget, you guys, anything that you donate, and I think it's open for what, 2 weeks after this, it'll be open to, so when you get your next paycheck, if you want to sign up and be a member or send a donation in, go to the kniferights.org website, make sure that you get your donation in, and then send that email to Knives Live 2021
Yes, at
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And that's posted on your website as well. So that's good.
hope I think one of the suggestions I'm going to have for John for next year is just see if we can get a undated Knives Live uh,
Email address.
email,
Hmm.
because a lot of people are confused. It's 2022. Why is the email 2021?
Right.
So, but yeah, send it to kniveslive2021 at gmail.com so that you can be entered into the drawing for the grand prizes. Three of which have one of your choice of one of my in stock folders at
Oh, nice.
KnifeWorks.
And it looks like Big Red just picked up the KnifeWorks exclusive G Mascus Red G10 stonewashed with the American flag on the blade. That's a good
That's
one.
a beauty. I love the lasering. It's worth mentioning that KnifeWorks has the ability to pretty much laser anything on some of the
Mhm.
really cool stuff that people have gotten done on my blades. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
incredible what artwork they can turn out. It's just incredible.
That's great. That's great. So let's see here. In a minute, we're gonna do this live giveaway. But is there anything that you haven't said over the last 22 hours, or any questions you have maybe for the community? You know?
I think it's worth mentioning, not everyone listening can send us $10 or
Hmm.
join up for $35. I get it. I've been there. But you have friends. And part of our challenge is just letting people know that we exist, that there's someone out there fighting for their knife rights. And, sign up for our free newsletter. At the top of each one, you can click to share with your friends. It's really important. You know, if everyone who's listening shared this with 10 of their friends, some of those people will be in a position to donate for us.
Hmm.
So that's an important part of what we do, is just getting the word out that there's someone out there doing this who needs your support.
Right. Right. No, that's good. And then let's see. I'm trying to think if there's one deep, dark question I can ask you. No, I'm just kidding. So you go to a
Scary.
lot of the shows. You go to a lot of the blade shows all over the country. When you're there, you're very open, you're easy to talk to, those kind of things.
Thank you.
But are
Try.
you looking when you're there, are you looking to also continue those relationships? And if people want to, because we all live across, the world, but is there anything we can do here in the US to, maybe somebody has that favorite knife dealer they always go and purchase their knives from, and maybe they're not signed up to support knife rights. Is there anything, just say, hey, I'd really like to see you guys as a company support knife rights,
Absolutely. I
you
mean,
know?
if you can encourage the companies you buy from, I mean, we have a number of major retailers who support us. We also have a number of major retailers who get the benefit of all our work and don't support us. So, talk to your retailer, ask them if they support knife rights, and if they don't, give them a ration of shit, because they oughta. Just say it.
No, that's perfect.
Um, we impact their bottom line more than anyone else. So really, they all should be supporting us. If they did, maybe I wouldn't have to go beg for knives and spend my time at knife shows enjoying them, instead of asking makers for donations for our fundraisers.
No.
Um,
So I'm really glad we can really support you, and what you do, because it helps all of us. So I'm really glad we can do this, and I'm happy to participate. So one of those things is giving away. You guys know me. You guys know I like to do giveaways. I purchased this in advance. I'm not sure if the label shows up correctly or if it's backwards. It's probably
it looks
backwards.
good to me, but
Okay. But this is basically the Jade G10 Mini RSK. So, right there, Doug's got it. And I will say this,
what I'm
I say
carrying.
this on most of my videos, these pouches being stitched and provided, keep it up. It's amazing. I love that.
Thank
But
you.
it's brand new in the package. It's got the black hardware, the black clip already. I like that, by the way. I like the little offering that KnifeWorks has, to kind of level up your hardware game, so to speak, if you don't like the satin or vice versa. So what we do here, we also have Alicord Paracord. She donated this little keychain ball tapper, which is kind of
Oh, that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, and some little zipper pulls that she makes. So we're gonna have those in the giveaway as well today, and this is basically gonna be a live giveaway. I haven't done one of these on the StreamYard stuff really, so my moderators, if you guys can help me out with that, that'd be great. And what we're gonna do is the numbers game. So we're gonna guess a number between a range, one guess only, one account only, and basically go through, and we're gonna have Doug pick the number. So I'm gonna give a range here in a minute when we
So
see a
this is all
start
going
from
to be
Big
my
Red
fault,
EDC.
as usual.
But yeah, you can write it down, and then basically, if we have ties, they'll go to a second round. Somebody did ask about international. We can try to get this into Canada. Crank that pivot down really hard. I don't know, but
Really, the best success we've had getting knives to Canada is take them apart, ship the blade and the handle separately. It's a pain in
oh,
the
that
butt.
makes sense. That makes sense.
It's a pain. It really
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
terrible what Canadian customs does, because there's nothing illegal about it. This is
right.
100% customs in
I just
Canada.
got two of them returned. People won stuff over the last couple weeks. I shipped them out, and then literally
You're
get two of
lucky
them
you got them
returned.
back.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, luckily it was Canada, so I think They work pretty well with the post office here, but
Not always. Trust me on this. I get all kinds of emails from people who,
oof.
sent a knife to Canada and the person didn't get it because customs seized it and they never got it back.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Happens.
totally understand. So let's see. Let's go ahead. We can do it two ways, Doug. You can either pick the range and I can pick the number, or you can pick the number and I'll give you the range.
You pick the range, I'll pick the number.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So the range today is going to be 300 to 500. 300 to 500. And as soon as if we already had the start on there, these messages are a little delayed on the streaming service, but Big Red will put a start up, and then you guys can guess one number between 300 to 500. Closest without going over will win. If there's ties, we'll go to a second round, you know, to choose our winner for this awesome Hogue Ritter knife. Now, how do you like it called? Because, the name is so long. Do you like it called like a Hogue Ritter or a Mini Doug or
As long as the Ritter is there, I don't really care.
okay.
I get a lot of grief about my naming convention, and it's one of those things that you do, and then maybe you regret not doing something similar. Got to understand that I come from an automotive background originally,
Okay.
and British cars, Aston Martins in particular, and when Aston built a car, it would be like a DB4, and there might be a Mark II and a Mark III and a Mark. So, really
Okay.
that convention comes from there. I've got my RSK Mark I
Yep.
and Mark II, and sorry guys, I
And
I,
somebody
I
put it in
played
the
with
chat
this
earlier.
British cars and Lucas Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Somebody put it in the chat earlier, but they said RSK, Ritter survival knife.
Yes,
There you go.
that's
There you
where it
go.
came from.
I like
Although
that.
not all of them have been necessarily survival knife. We did the so-called glitter Ritter that we did with the palm knives, which is
Okay.
still one of my favorites, and are now
Nice.
going for unbelievable amounts of money, even in non-working condition,
Yeah, yeah.
like bizarre.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I will say anybody that sent in emails for the 15-minute and the 30-minute kind of giveaways that we were offering, those will be announced tomorrow on my live stream, noon Pacific. So jump back in here. We'll go over that then. But I think we'll give it just another minute or so, and then Big Red will put up a bunch of stop signs, and then we'll figure out maybe what number that Doug picked. And then I also have to say, if we get a big, like full size version of the blue G Mascus, just saying.
So a little inside baseball. The
Mm-hmm.
blue is our slowest selling folder.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Which is really
guys.
weird because the reason we did the blue G Mascus is
Mhm.
because in the Deca, it was one of their best sellers.
Yeah, yeah.
Go figure.
Hmm.
But the
Okay.
purple and the red, and the jade, orange, all outperformed the blue. So yeah,
Wow. Okay.
sorry,
Okay.
probably not going to have a full size in the blue.
Dang. All right. Well, I'll have to make
Sorry.
some special phone calls and see if Neil
So
can,
you can get a jade, and you
run
can
me a
dye
big
it any
one.
color blue you want.
That's true. That's true. I'll have to order another one, you know? That's how it'll
Horrors.
go. Okay,
Terribly
so let's
disappointed.
see here. Let me get all the comments caught up. And I think we got a lot of good guesses, so that's good. There's the stop signs right there. Okay, so we got the stop signs. Who's going to be our lucky winner today? What do you think, Doug? What number did you pick on there? Oh, 455. There you go. There you go. 455. So if my moderators can
Anyone
help
who
me
can
out.
anyone who can come up while we're still on the air with the significance of that number to me
Ooh.
will get an
Oh.
RSK Mark V.
Whoa. There's an extra one for you. Okay.
Not going to be easy.
Doug's throwing in a little challenge for everybody. You only got 5-6 minutes left to come up with that to get a little extra. What'd you say? The RSK Mark V?
Mark V, the little.
Okay, yeah.
I really need to be
Excellent.
left-handed for these things, given what side the logo's on. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fits in a little Altoids tin.
I like that.
You know,
And
and these
you
are
can buy those right
available
now.
from your favorite knife retailer.
There you go. Okay. I was gonna say, I think I bought one originally from
CRKT.
KnifeWorks when they first launched. Was
Yeah.
it CRKT, the original? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Still made in the same factory, but now made for Blue Ridge.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice. Let's see here. John Agin and Nick Martino both have 455. So we might have a round 2 real quick.
Let's see what we got here. Some of them are not that far off. I'm not going to say who. 455 days in court. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, more like 9.5 years in New York. Knife Right started. No, yeah. Some of you are getting a little close.
Ooh, got some hints. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like
it. And we have someone close enough that, dang, just went away. That they can win if we don't get someone who absolutely nails it.
Okay. All right, so it looks like we have the 2 people that are going to go to round 2. We have John Agin and Nick Martino. Both have the guess of 455 right on the money. So,
all right, so I got to pick another number, huh?
Yeah. So, Doug, if you want to pick another number and make it a smaller, spread, and then just let us know the spread, and I'll have John and Nick both drop a guess in the comments.
Okay, number between 0 and 50.
Okay, 0 and 50. So John Agin and Nick Martino, one number between 0 and 50. And then Doug, it will sounds like you're going to give somebody the Mark V. They were close enough, you said? Okay.
Yeah. So
who
we're
guessed?
good. Okay. Guy, quit calling me. I thought I turned that down.
It's like an air raid siren style.
Yeah, well, when you're old and you need to hear it in a busy room. So, so we're going to give it to the gentleman. One guy was really close, but wrong car. We're going to give it to the 455 cubic inch engine displacement, which is the displacement of my Camaro SS.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or the horsepower of my Camaro SS. So that's pretty close.
That's some good guessing, though. Yeah. Only in a couple minutes, too. So that's good. That's good. All right. So let's see. Do we have a guess from those 2 guys? Let's see here in the comments. It takes a minute for it to show up here. Let me check YouTube. John Agin and Nick Martino.
What is it?
So,
I can't turn him off.
So it looks like John picked 42 and Nick picked 27.
And the answer is 26.
Ooh. So Nick was 1 away. All right. So it looks like, Nick, you're going to win this. Awesome. Hogue, Ritter, Mini RSK, and JG10, 20 CV. Some stuff from Alicord Paracord. Of course, we'll throw in a swag pack. But John Agin, I also want you to be a winner. So make sure to send me an email as well, zach.edc@gmail.com. We'll get you a swag pack as well for getting second place there today. And, of course, tune in tomorrow, noon Pacific here. We'll do another live stream. But, Doug, any final comments before we go over to Neves Knives?
Just, thank you all very much for what you're doing. I love you all for supporting us, and we'll continue to fight as long as you continue to support us.
Excellent. Well, you guys, thanks for all being here. Thank you for all my channel members for being here. Of course, the master moderators, you guys rock. I'm going to have to do something special for them, I think, too. So anyways, we'll see you over on Neves Knives. don't forget to go over there. We'll wrap up this awesome 24-hour live stream for Knives Live 2022. Doug, I appreciate you being on here with us and look forward to seeing you again soon.
You bet. Take care.
All right. Take care, you guys. Make sure to do something kind for someone. I always throw that in too. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for Doug being here. We'll hop over to Neves and check out the Nevesters going on. But you guys are awesome. Congratulations to everyone who won. I'll sort through the other stuff and we'll go through who won the other ones tomorrow on my live stream. But you guys, thanks again. Make sure to do something kind for someone. Have an awesome rest of your day. But most importantly, take care of yourself. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me on this awesome live stream. Let me know if I looked okay or if my eyes were funny or something like that. Leave it down in the description below. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.